Hello and welcome to the chaos that is currently my sewing pattern collection. Honestly.
It's perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Perfect jacket.
It's not that I actually have a lot of patterns, it's just that I am not storing them well. So I originally had 2 storage containers and they were all in brand order, then number order. But yeah, now I've currently got them in. The storage container is ones I'm not really interested in making in the next few months. The little box on the side is ones I want to make in the next month or so. And then the yellow box is ones that I've traced out and they're the right size. So I'm just sort of, they're the ones I'm in sort of the process of making or planning to make. And then the front box is ones that I've made and I don't have any immediate plans to remake. So the Chanel jackets that I use all the time are in the yellow box. For example, the samples, like I've made mock-ups of a couple of these ones and I'm not going to make tweed ones of them, so they're just in that box. So yeah, they're sort of all everywhere and I know where things are, but yeah, this box here, and because I just bought some new ones too. So I think just to start with, what I'm going to do is put everything back in order. So sort them into brands and then put them in number order and we'll go from there. Yikes. Okay, wish me luck. I'm going to start now and hopefully finish at some point. So I went away and organised them and we've got, there's 3 main boxes. The one on the left is all the normal size Vogue patterns in number order. The centre box is every other company in alphabetical order. So Berta, then Butterick, then Quick Sew, then Calls, then New Look, then Simplicity. And these are the large size envelopes of Vogue's. So I didn't want to mix the regular envelopes and the large ones because they're just, I don't know, I just find it easier to keep them separate. And I did condense all the ones that I've made and all the ones I'm going to make, which are traced and measured and ready to go. So these are just the unused ones and these are the used or in the process of using. So and then I took photos of everything in order and because I wanted to make a Pinterest board with everything on it. And that way, if I can't remember what company something is from, I'll just look through all of these. There's only 189 of patterns, so it's not like, you can just remember a picture and just look through them all and find the one that you're looking for. So yeah, they're back in order. After I took a photo, I just put it back and then took out the next one and put a photo. So, and then I made the Pinterest board. Sorry, the internet's a bit sluggish at the moment, but this is the Pinterest board. I'll put a link in the description box below. I originally was going to take screenshots from the patterns, the site where you buy the patterns from, and put them in instead of taking photos of my actual physical patterns, but it was just quicker to do it this way. And I know what I'm looking for when I look at these photos, so they don't have to be the best quality. So yeah, also as I uploaded each picture, I put the actual name of the pattern, the number of the pattern in the title. So if you Google, if you search, you'll get the actual number and then from there you can, Anyway, that's how I did it. I know other people do it other ways, but I just feel like there's already so much information on the internet. That's all I really needed, just pictures of the front of all mine so that I know where they are. So, at the moment I've got them in 2 lots. I've got the ones I haven't used at all yet, and I've got the ones that I have used or I'm going to use.
So then I went away for a while and, oh, look, the shelf underneath is clean now. I folded all the fabric. Anyway, as I was saying, so these are the unused ones and I've got the used ones. These ones, I don't want to just keep them as one whole. I want to just have a little box of ones I'm going to use in the next 2 or 3 months, and I'll put the rest in my closet. out of the way. So I just want one little box. And with this one here, I also want to reduce this. I don't want to have a big box because there's a lot that I'm not going to make again. So I'll just weed them out. There are some that I want to keep right near my sewing area, but the others I'll put in the closet. So this is me just going through everything. And the ones I put to the right are the ones I'm going to keep. Well, they're in the keep pile for now. And the ones going to the left are the ones that, I mean, like this dress, this vintage dress, it's gorgeous, but I'm not going to make it again. I've already made two. And I'm in the process of unpicking one and changing the top. It's beautiful, but you need broad shoulders to have such a wide neckline. This one, again, beautiful dress, doesn't suit me. This one, gorgeous dress. It's a little too flattering. I want something baggier, and so I made my own version that's baggier. This one, again, incredibly flattering to pretty much every type of figure. But I just want something baggy that doesn't bring out that isn't flypaper for freaks. This one, I don't have the shoulders for this. I've got tinsy wincy shoulders, but I do need the skirt actually. So I ended up keeping it in the useful pile. This one, oh my gosh, I love this dress so much. If you haven't made this dress, seriously think about making this vintage Vogue pattern. It is beautiful, but I've made quite enough of them. This one, yeah, cautionary note. The illustrations look gorgeous, but this V bodice it's just a train wreck. And this one, the neck is far too high. And the skirt is basically just 4 yards of fabric, and you just cut a little bit off depending on the width. If it's quilting length, width, then you cut a little bit off. If it's fashion fabric width, which is wider, then you cut quite a slab off and you just pleat it down. That's it. These are jackets that I haven't done mock-ups of. I don't particularly like this one, but a couple of people said that they were interested in it. And I don't like the way they've made the samples, but I think the actual pattern, like I've looked at the lines, I think the actual pattern is good. So yeah, and these ones, I just think that's really cute jacket. Again, I don't really like the samples they've done. I just think this is a beautiful dress. I think it's absolutely gorgeous and I want to make it. And I keep getting distracted, but I really want to make it. This is the Vintage Vogue 1939 dress. Absolutely love it. This one, I do want to make it up as a duster jacket, so just don't sew the middle lines down the front and line it. But I might save that for later. This one, I absolutely love the pink jacket. It's just basically the normal jackets are for people with normal size shoulders, whereas these ones are for young adults type situation, which is the frame that I have. So I think these ones will be better for me, although I'm not sure, how interesting they are. So it does say costume, but I do think that'll be a better fit for me. This is the Butterick 6677. My ruby dress, I use this bodice for that, but it's just occurred to me I've never actually done one with a ruffle. So I might do that, and also I just keep this pattern out because it's the one I use a lot. And this is the one I use for, it's an out of date pattern and it does have problems, but I've fixed them. All my 80 plus jackets, pretty much all my tweed ones, are one of two patterns. That one is the Vogue 7975, and this one here is that McCall's pattern that I just showed you. I have sort of hiked up the hemline so it's more cropped, and no, the sleeves are right. I've kind of altered the shoulders a little just because mine is so small, but it's just once you fix it, if you know even the most basic things about drafting, it's fine. You just have to fix the two front center panels, and you also need to add a yoke to the lining. But once you've done that, it's such a good pattern. It's nice and boxy and exactly what a vintage Chanel jacket should look like. That one is one that I've going to do a mock-up of. This one here is the jacket that I used to make this beaded jacket that I'm still working on. I started it back in, well, it's green, so I guess I started it in March and in green month. And yeah, as you can see, there's a significant amount of the beading is done, but I've still got quite a ways to go because it's going to be all beaded. I wasn't sure whether it was going to be all, but it is. So as you can see, I haven't done that arrowy back, the pointy back, or the collar and lapel. I took those off as well. And yeah, but I'm probably going to make another one in tweed with the collar and lapel. This pattern I have used, this jacket here, which I then added flowers to, but I'm now taking them off. I made it up in tweed once and I don't like it. This is my Vogue 7975. This is my most used pattern. It's the original copy. I bought this in 2009, I think. And yeah, I've lost the envelope, but everything else is still there. This pattern, I've traced it and I've worked out my size, I've traced it, and I haven't done a mock-up yet. But I want to make it as a jacket and a dress, like a twin set, like these 1960s ones. Well, some of these are replicas, but yeah, I just think it's so pretty, and I would never wear it as a dress. But if it was a short, like a party dress, a sleeveless dress and a matching like cropped jacket, I think I'd wear that so much. Well, I'd probably wear the jacket mostly, but I'd occasionally wear the dress too. So yeah, I've kept them out. This one is the one that I call the bamboo dress, that top one, and I use sleeves from something else because I don't like flutter sleeves. I think if you small flutter sleeves, kind of, you know, one gust of wind and your head just completely disappears. So I think they're nice if you're a big, like a model, you know, and you've got big shoulders and a big head. Not in a bad way, just you've got a large stature. I'm like tinsy, so I just have to be careful of some things. So this one, I thought I had a picture of my blue dress. When you make the very shortest version of this dress, and you put a 1950s petticoat underneath it, it looks so vintage. So I'm keeping that one out because I've got 2 yards of fabric that I want to make into a vintage dress, and I cannot buy any more. So that one's good if you only have 2 yards but you want a vintage dress. So I divided them, but my right pile, the one that I was going to keep, there's way too much in there still. So I think I'm going to reduce them again. So yeah, I just feel like I just want the yellow part, the yellow box. So yeah, I'm taking these ones out. Like, I love these coats and I want to make them, but realistically, I'm not going to make a coat again until Halloween. So I think I'll just pop them in the closet, like in the storage, just for now. Oh, I need to keep that one because I need the skirt. But I love this dress, but again, realistically, I'm probably going to, if I do make it this year, it'll be party season, like as a Christmas dress or something like that. So I'll, and I definitely want to make the coat too. So if I make those two together, it might be as part of Vlogmas in December. So I'll pop them into storage. So yeah, I reduced the amount that I'm keeping out. So I'm pretty happy with this. These are the ones that I'm going to pop in storage. Well, you know, just, it's not very far away, but I just don't want them in my sewing space for now. So here we go. These are the ones that haven't been used yet, and as I said, I want to put 2 of these boxes into the storage area and just have one at in my sewing area. So I will now take these over to the workbench, which is like, you know, 1 second away, and I am going to yeah, I don't know what I'm going to do because anyway, I'm going to go through them and I'm going to take out, I counted the ones in the box. I think if I have 30 patterns to keep in my sewing area, then that's enough to fit in one box, and then I'll put the rest in the storage area. So we'll take these all over to my desk and decide which ones I'm going to keep. It's ridiculously painful doing this. So yeah. So I'm going to have I've just put them into categories. I'm going to have vintage ones. I'm going to have a pile for vintage ones I like. I've decided I'm going to get like 60 and then whittle it down to 30. I'm going to have pretty dresses, blouses or shirts, and then a pile for jackets and one for vintage ones. So these are my piles, and I'll just, so first of all, I went through the box of non-Vogue patterns, and I got out way too many. It's ridiculous, but they're all so pretty. Oh, and I also decided I need a formal dress category, simply because I like this pattern so much. It's absolutely gorgeous. The pale pink sequin dress, I just think it's so beautiful. I love the weight of sequin fabric. I know it's hilarious fabric, but I just think it looks so pretty. As long as you line it and you work with it properly, it looks so good. And so I've got my shirts, my party dresses, or just plain summer dresses. And so now I've decided to go through this category. And they're all just really nice, basic ones. I like that yellow one, but I would obviously, not obviously, but I would make it longer. This one, it's just such a pretty dress. I love it. This one, it's just a little bit vintage. If I could only have one summer dress, it would be that Empire one that I just bought. This one, I just like the mandarin collar. And I just think these ones are pretty. I don't like the sample one, but there's another version where it's even. The hemline is even, and I do like that one. And with this one, I like the blue one. I just think it's so nice and simple and pretty. I love it. You could just throw it on, and again, these are they look like vintage dresses. I just think they're so pretty. But, I'm kind of into making maxi dresses at the moment, and I've torn up the fabric into strips, and I've kind of committed to making like 8 maxi dresses. So I'm definitely going to keep out the Empire line dress. It's so pretty, and a couple of other ones, like I think I got 3 other ones. Yeah, so there's 4 all up. I'm going to keep these 4 out just for the next month or 2. And as well as do all the maxi ones. But I love that shirt dress. I like this bottom one here with 3/4 sleeve, but I also like the one that the model is wearing. I just think she looks so pretty. And I probably don't need this dress. Like, I'm not going to make it in the next few months. I also kept out these 2 because I really, really want to make one of those coats and one of those jackets or Spencer's. But they're Regency. If I decide I want to get one, I know exactly what I'm looking for. And I'm going to keep out the vest because I want to make one of those, at least one. And then we have all the jackets. Yeah, there are a lot, but I really do want to make them up. I bought them. This one, I don't like the cutouts over the hips. Don't like them. It's easy to just add them back in as I'm tracing and drafting my own version. I've kept out 4 Berta patterns because I haven't done a Berta pattern, I don't think, or at least not recently, in recent history. So, but I don't need 4. I should probably just do 1 Berta to see if I like their patterns, and then go from there. So I think I turned them over and realised that the first one has, I do like the lines of the jacket, but you also have to make the shoulder pads for them. And it takes so much time to make a jacket. To also have to hand make shoulder pads is a bit, I know you can buy them, but I think you should make them to your own specific size personally. But I've put them away, and I'm just going to make I've got so many jacket patterns that I want to try. I just think I should, chip away at ones that are doable. So these are all dolman sleeves, or these, I kind of think it's good to keep out both so I can compare the 2. So when I do one, I'll probably do both, just so, I'm going to keep both of them out. I like this one, the Butterick one, with the 3 particularly vintage, whereas the other one I only like 1 in it. But I'll keep them out.
This one, it's got good lines. It's the princess seams are good, so I'll keep that one out. This one, oh my gosh, I love this. I just bought it and it's just so interesting. So I'm kind of keeping a lot of those jackets out. I won't of the tall vintage one, of the tall Vogue patterns, I just kept this one out because it does look like it has shoulder pads, and I don't like the sample that they made, but I like the actual pattern. The way it's drafted is interesting. So yeah, I kept it out. And next we have vintage things. Now, I really love this pattern and I really want to make it, but I've seen a couple of videos where people have made it and they said they just did not like the bodice. They didn't like anything about the shoulders or the neckline, and they felt the collar was way too big and they had to redraft it a bunch of times. So, and I'm a bit time poor, so I think I'll leave that for another time. These are actually two blouses. When I bought it, I thought it was a skirt, a jacket, and a blouse, but it's actually two different blouses, so I'll keep it out anyway. This, I'm not going to make the overalls, but I do think I'll make a dress that has, like a jumper dress, that has overall top and then just a skirt as the bottom. And these two are absolutely beautiful, but I feel like wearing baggy clothes at the moment. So they're just too elegant and chic. And they will make beautiful dresses, I have no doubt. But I just kind of feel like wearing, you know, baggy maxi dresses at the moment. So I'll pop those away for a couple of months and revisit them in a, yeah. This, oh my gosh, it's just so beautiful. But again, it's a bit too chic. I'm kind of wanting, yeah, I think the red one there is a good one. And these, I really like Vogue shirts and blouses. I think they're really good. But I also, this is the only cowboy shirt I could find. So I'm not sure about this brand. It's Quixo, but it's part of Simplicity. It says on the, I read like the copyright thing. So it's Simplicity under another label. And I like the D sleeve, the pink at the bottom, and that sort of mushroomy looking one at the top. I think they're cute, so I kept those out just for the sleeves. This one, I actually tried the short one and it did not go well. And apparently there's a glitch in the drafting of this pattern. A lot of sewers have had a problem with it, but the main sleeves are really cute, so I'm keeping that out. This has pin tucks and it's just really simple, and I've got some rayon fabric that I need to use up. This, well, I wouldn't use them as, in America they're called dickies, but yeah, I think I would just use a Vogue shirt. But if I want to change the collar or change the front a little, I might use details from that. This, I just think it's a beautiful shirt. I love the sleeve, absolutely love it. So I want to make one, and I might make it as a dress, like sort of extend it. We'll see. I'll probably make it as a shirt first. This, again, this one here, the blue one, I want to make it like that and then put a skirt underneath it. So it sort of looks like a shirt and a skirt, but it's actually one dress. I think that would be really cute. And yeah, and then I went and got some Vogue ones out, and yeah, I feel like it's too many. So I felt like it was too many. So I was like, oh, okay, I'll reduce the number. I'll take, Vogues are my favorite patterns, obviously. And yeah, these are the two new ones I got, the vintage Vogues. I finally got them. And yeah, I was going to wait a little longer until I tried a few more jacket patterns, but I couldn't wait anymore. I was like, no, at the Easter sales, I was like, I've waited long enough. And I just think they're gorgeous. And I also have another couple of shirts. So I've got some cottons that I want to turn into shirts, but I've also got some rayons. So this one is for the crisp cottons, and that one is more for the rayons that I kind of just want to use up. So I think they're gorgeous patterns. This blue dress, I wouldn't wear it that short, but I do want a couple of maxi dresses and I just thought maybe instead of always using the same pattern, maybe I'll try that one. This is just a party dress. I think my shoulders are too narrow to use this. I've got a vintage Vogue one that suits me better, but I thought I'd get the two patterns out and compare them anyway. I want to make one
coat, cape or cloak. But I want to compare different design elements in the patterns. This is just a simple basic jacket, and I think it's nice, and I want to try and make them. Again, those ones same. The one on the right with the red in the middle and the other two has the bones for a Dior bar jacket. So that's why I'm so interested in that one, even though it's quite plain. And yeah, I just really want to try those two vintage ones, the Simplicity and the Vintage Vogue. I think they'll be amazing. Yeah, I'm just going to keep them all out. I've just sort of put the cloaks and a couple of the jackets in the side so that, so that they're easier to move, because I feel like if they're too crammed in, I'll just never look at them. So the ones that I'm keeping are under in the bottom shelf, and these are all the ones that I'm putting in the closet, sort of in storage area, out of my sewing area. But I'm not happy with mixing the tall Vogue ones with the regular patterns, so I'm going to swap them around and put the regular vintage ones in the regular patterns box. And then these are the ones I'm going to keep. I don't like that cardboard box either, so I want the yellow one. So I'm going to put those patterns, sort of carefully press the air out of them and put them in a thin bag, and because they're just tissue paper, they smush down quite well. And then I put the tall Vogue ones in a box of their own, and I put all the regular patterns, even the Vogue ones, in one box, and then I pop them in the storage area. And this is all I have in my sewing area now, and I'm really happy with this. So yeah, there we go. I started with chaos. I went more chaotic, and now everything is organized and in its right place, and I'm in the workbench is a blank slate, and I am ready to start over. So thank you very much for watching. If your patterns are in dire need of a reorganization, you have my deepest sympathies. It is hell on earth, but it's so good. It's so worth it. Once it's done, it's fabulous. If you wanted to see the pictures, there'll be a link to my Pinterest board down below, and in the fabric haul of this month there's a little more detail on each of the patterns that I bought recently, so that's why I sort of glossed over them. And yeah, thank you again for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I am going to go sew or read some patterns actually, I think I'll do. So yeah, I'm looking forward to getting into these ones. There's just so many nice patterns. It's just unfortunate I don't have time to make them all. Actually, I do really want to make every pattern I have at least once. So I think at the end of the year for Vlogmas, I was thinking maybe I'll cull my patterns, because at the moment I've, almost 200, and I think that's too many. But if I got it down to 100, 150, I think then over the next few years, I could definitely sort of methodically make my way through them. So I need to be more strategic about what patterns I buy in the future. And I also need to whittle down what I have. I was pretty selective in choosing the ones I have, but there are definitely sort of doubles in there, and some that just won't suit me. But I mean, there's a couple I'm going to keep because they just seem so beautiful and I do want to make them. So yeah, anyway, that's a problem for later on this year. I'm very glad that they're organized and I can just get on with sewing now. So thanks again, and I'll catch you later.